I have a question for you, and I've been thinking about this a lot. Is it possible that Donald Trump, our 45th President of the United States, is serving a purpose? And what I mean by that is his role and who he portrays being the self-absorbed, arrogant, only in it for himself person, what we have needed so that we can actually physically describe what it is we no longer want to exist in our society? Is it possible that by him being who he is and portraying it so well, that it is bringing the change that we are looking for and we are manifesting? And as Oprah so passionately and eloquently put the other night at the awards ceremony, their time is done. There's a new horizon. There's change coming. And I would like to bring a little bit different spin on something that she said. Now, this white, male, powerful, in it for themselves, survival, control energy that has been pervasive for so long is what our issue is. I don't think it's men in particular. I think it's the male energy that has gotten out of control over the last hundreds of years, and it's now out of balance. Or I shouldn't say it's now out of balance. It's been out of balance for a very long time. And again, like Oprah said, some very courageous and brave and vulnerable people, in for the most case women, females, have said, I've had enough, and have banded together and have created a wave of energy that is changing things. There are other things that are changing things. I have a lot of gratitude for a lot of people doing a lot of the fighting, per se, in positions of power. You know, I think of Bernie Sanders. I think of Oprah. I think of, Mark Ruffalo, and even in smaller scale, James Rouse, and other people that are just really using the networks and the connections they have to say what needs to be said. And in my little way, I'm doing the same thing. And I would like to ask people to think of it in terms of energy. And the male energy has been in charge for too long. It is no longer what we need. We need balance, and we need the feminine energy, the social, the global, the responsible, the inclusive, the relational energy to come into the space and push the male energy out of the way to regain some balance and to bring what we are hoping is going to come into play. And it isn't something we just wait for. People have gotten sick and tired of all the bullshit that's been going on, which I think is great. And I'm trying to make my life be part of counteracting all that bullshit. And one way I think we can do it is to become aware of the feminine energy, whether it's in a man or in a woman. Gender isn't really the issue, I don't think. It's the energy, it's the shift. It's not the me. I know we can do the me too and the he for she and all those kinds of things. It's not me for me, it's me for you. And not to discount me in that whole saying, but to include me in the you. And maybe that's too many pronouns to make any sense. I don't know. It makes sense to me. So what I'm asking is, can we focus and put our energy into, and our awareness and support around, the feminine energy that is necessary to bring balance and to bring less suffering, I think. And at the same time, acknowledge the male energy that's in our lives, either in ourselves or in the world that we're around, in the workplace, in our families, or at the gas station, or the grocery store, wherever it is. Say something to it. Do something to let it know. And again, I'm speaking of the energy. Let it know that it's there, and I see you, and it's not, and it's enough. We don't want it anymore. We're moving on. You've had that. The energy has had its place, and it's no longer viable. It doesn't. It's not going to work anymore in the world that's being created, and we're trying to create. So I would like to just end and say, whoever out there has stood up for the little guy, who has backed somebody up, who has woken up a little bit and used their presence to help and to create relationship and community, I have a lot of gratitude for that, and a lot of passion around helping other people find a way to do that same thing in their lives. So with that, good luck, and I hope that thinking about it maybe in a little bit of a different way breeds a little less anger and a little more focus in a different direction that hopefully can create this more of a wave to get the Donald Trumps and those people out of the place. You know, it's great. I think that the fact that they're pushing so hard and they're putting themselves out right outside in front of everybody in the world for everybody to see, that's going to be the last straw. That is becoming the last straw. We don't want that anymore. And we're tired of it, and it's time to move on. And thank you for doing what you're doing and giving us something to really be able to grab onto and say enough is enough. Good luck, everybody.